What's up everyone, it's OJH and we're back at it again, this time with a level 24 red difficulty Grommash run in the Gnomeregan dungeon. So let's get straight into the deck. First up, you've got your leader, Grommash, with the Savage Strikes talent to deal double damage to enemies who are below 50% health. Stonehoof Tauren is the main tank with the double charge ability, which is so good for taking out backline enemy minis. You've got Goblin Sappers, a bit unusual but probably the first time I've used this mini myself, with the rocket powered turbo boots for double speed. Footmen, great for split lane pushes or split lane defence. Quillbore with the tunnel vision talent to deploy more quickly as a really versatile unit to claim chests, secure meeting stones and a little bit of boss tanking. Chimera has become one of my favourite minis and will get you through the first two bosses almost by itself. And finally, we've got the Pyromancer with the Pyroblast talent to deal triple damage on the first attack. Again, you can get some crazy value for only 3 gold. So let's get into the run and look at the first lot of relics. So first up, we've got Horde minis near your leader, have a chance to crit strike, deal double damage. Minis gain 50% movement speed, or on death your minis explode, poisoning enemies and damaging them. So we've gone for the poisoning, we've gone for the death. I think there'll be plenty of our minis dying in this one, especially on the second boss. I make a bit of a mess of that, but we'll cover that when we get to it. So my tactic on this boss is I send a unit up the left hand side to collect the belt. The enemy was rapid off the mark there, sent some chickens down, claimed that gold before I'd even got my thumbs working, so we didn't get that chest. So the best we can do now is take out those chickens and certainly not give up the middle chest on the central meeting stone as well. Unfortunately, all the chickens are gone and we've got 2 full health minis on the left side, and then we've got the footmen working their way into the central meeting stone. If you get that central meeting stone, keep hold of the central meeting stone. This boss is pretty straightforward after that, especially with Chimera. So we've got Pyromancer doing really good work. That belt on the left hand side, which gives you the immunity to be knocked off the map and some damage immunity as well, really important. So I try and get as many of those as I can, and I'll probably try and get hold of the one on the right as well if possible. So Grommash going up left hand side, got the belt, got the chest, all is looking good. Tauren moving in to the central meeting stone, and Chimera with the belt. Like I say, you can't knock air units off this map anyway, but having the resistance to that, Tauren just got yeeted off the map. But already, look, you can see that the Chimera is in there and has done pretty much half health, half the boss's health by itself, and has got, I don't know, a quarter of its health left. So one Chimera there has taken kind of 3/4, if not more, of the boss health. Tauren coming up left hand side will get that belt. Maybe that chest will spawn on the left, not sure. Again, I'm just holding on to that Chimera, so the chest does spawn on the left. Holding on to that Chimera, it's got the belt, and this is done and dusted. So we've got a minute and 45 to go. We're only a minute and 45 into this fight. Really, really straightforward. So take that central meeting stone, keep getting the belts on the left, dominate that central meeting stone, use Chimera. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward win. So we'll talk through the relics here. So leader gains +1 every time they're deployed. Each gold mine heals minis, and then minis costing 3 gold or less cost 1 more. Minis costing 5 gold or more cost 1 less. Now we've got 3 minis that would go up 1 gold and only 2 that would come down 1. So overall that would increase the cost of our deck. So I've gone for the +1 every time you deploy Grommash because he's only level 20, so as the fight goes on we'll get a bit stronger. So I'm going to flick through this because we actually die in this one, and it all comes down to a pretty poor defense. So all's going well, all's going well, all's going well, and then I think it's this defense here we just make an absolute mess of. So things look like they're going reasonably well here, and then we start to get a little bit overwhelmed, and then Grommash, as I've just mentioned, so he's got +1 level there, but really not faring up very well. Mountaineer takes out the Pyromancer that I thought I played in a decent spot. Quillbore coming in for some emergency attacking on the Mountaineer, but already we're up against another Griffin Rider and a Harvester and a Dark Spear. So, you know, footman coming in far too late there. So that's the end of that. So here's a better effort at it. So at the start of this, what I like to do is just pause, just see where the minis are going to be coming from, and then decide, because they might come from the left, they might come from the right, or they might come down the middle, or it might be a bit of everything. So we've got predominantly from the left, and then a mini push coming from the right. So the double charge on the Tauren working really well. I've dropped Pyromancer to support the Tauren, so that nothing like one of the Dark Spear can be dropped. Again, it's taken out. She's taken out the Mountaineer, so that's really good. Can I get Grommash down to protect? Yes-ish, kind of. Maybe not. But Grommash has done work. So we've already got, 45 seconds in, and we've already taken that right tower, so we just need to defend that now. We've got Harvester on the way in, but Chimera is doing good work on that. And now we really just need to defend this right tower, because it would be a shame to get it and lose it so quickly, which is exactly what happens. However, this is where the Goblin Sappers for me come in absolutely clutch, so we immediately take it back. And although we're possibly going to lose it again, we can now support keeping this with our Tauren. He's going to charge over there, smack the Dark Spiritual in the face, and then come back and reclaim that tower. So for only 2 gold, the Goblin Sappers on this I think are really, really good. And if they're turbo boosted, they get to the tower before any damage is done to them. So footmen, we've got split lane footmen going on the left and centre. We'll get a Pyromancer down as quickly as we can. I'm going to get some really good value on that. Start farming some gold, because this is one of those fights where if you're not farming the gold, that all of a sudden the enemies drop in like a 10 gold push on you, and you're wondering like what on earth is going on. I think that they're cheating or something like that. So you gotta be mining when you get the opportunity. I would have contested that chest in the middle, but just to drop my coil bore in there, it just would have been suicide, so there was absolutely no point. Again, we're going to split the footmen, so there's going to be 2 that go left and hopefully 2 go over the bridge, just to be able to tank all of this lot. We'll get a Chimera down. That's going to clean up the Griffin Rider. And then I've got my Goblin Sappers at the ready. I just want to time it so they're not going to get smacked by the rockets that are coming down. So I'm probably going to change my mind here, because there's no point in playing my sappers into all of that. I know they're quick, but they're not that quick. So Grommash coming down to try and clump all that together, +1 level. Tauren coming in to help keep the Pyromancer protected. That right tower doing really well, some good splash damage to get rid of those types of pushes. Goblin Sappers coming in, I don't even think they're needed. They're not needed. That is 2 Sappers wasted, and they both get destroyed. But we're in a really good spot, so we've got 25 seconds left. We've taken both the left and the right siege towers, and this is where we can pause for breath a little bit. Miner can, the Kobold can go down and get us some gold, and then we can start looking to put a decent push together. So we've got a bit of bridge control from the Pyromancer there. That's worked out nicely. Footmen are going to clean up the Spiderlings. Pyromancer being on the bridge gets us the 2 gold, and now we can start going in for a push. So we've got the boss distracted with the footmen on the left. We've got the Goblin Sappers coming in. We drop the cool ball behind the boss to face it the other way, and now you can see that Chimera is just going nuts. Pyromancer doing exactly the same, and that is going to be the end of that. So all in all, it did go into overtime. Went into overtime by 15 seconds, but pretty straightforward once we got some decent defences sorted out. We didn't overcommit anywhere, and we managed to get some gold to keep our economy going. So moving into the final boss, let's have a look at the relics then. So we've got range minis gain a poison, flying minis gain stealth, and range minis deal increased damage with each attack, although the effects reset on movement. So these talents all affect one of my minis, so they're not great, you know. They're not going to give me a huge boost. I probably could have taken any of them. If someone wants to let me know in the comments what would be a better one. I've gone for the stealth of the Chimera to get even more value, because Chimera on this map doesn't do a great deal as far as winning the map, because obviously flying units can't get the light bulbs. But now it's stealth, it might come in useful. So one of my favourite plays here is to split footmen in the back. That gives you minis on the left of the map and minis on the right of the map. You saw drop Kobold straight away there. Get your Kobold down. The way you're going to win this is just by farming the most gold, get the most minis on the map. and then you'll just be collecting light bulbs. So I've dropped my quill ball behind the mage there, turn it round. Chimera's over that way anyway. So the mage got seen off easy enough. Stone Tauren charged to the left light bulb and then charged back inside to get rid of the Molten Giant. We've got another kobold down, chipping away, keep the economy going. I've dropped Grommash to see if I can distract, but the kobold is distracted and Grommash gone over and smacked that light bulb, so the enemy save point did half the work for us there. Pyromancer getting a light bulb, Grommash getting another light bulb on the right hand side, and again we're just chipping away at this. So Footman in the back again, let's start building another push, let's see how many light bulbs we can collect as this goes. So we're not really taking any damage at this point. We've got plenty of minis on the map. We've got almost 4 full health footmen. Save pilot's just died. Footman on the left taking another light bulb and then doubling back for one, and then they'll progress up the map and hopefully get that one, get the one up near the boss. And again, we're just doing really well in keeping the gold turning over, getting plenty of our minis on the map. Kobold going in again. And the enemy just can't get any offense going. We've just got really solid defense going, a really solid structure of keeping on top of the economy. And then in a minute, that's going to be pretty much it. Quillball coming in to give that one a smack. I think that's going to be it. Well, we've got 2 going in there. Yeah, that's definitely it. So that's the tactic. So we don't get too excited, we don't get too flustered. We split our footmen in the back. And just take our time. You can't get all of the light bulbs. There'll be some that aren't worth contesting. You're just going to throw a mini at it, waste the gold, and then they're going to die. Anyway, I hope that that's helped. If it has, please let me know how you get on in the comments. Do give this video a thumbs up, and if it has helped, then please consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next one.